Hi, it's Pastor Andrew here at Bayside. One of my great heroes in this world is a guy called Eric Liddell, and I don't know if you know his name, but you might know his movie. It's called Chariots of Fire. Simple story that he was an incredible runner, and he used to run what used to be the 100 yards, we know today as the 100 meters, and he had this funny way of running, and it wasn't really streamlined, but he was the fastest man in the world. They called him the Flying Scotsman, and a great train was named after him. Incredible chap. But this is what he said. He said, "When I run, I feel His pleasure." He was a Christian, and he just knew God had designed him to run fast. The truth is with me that when I run, I just feel pain. But with him, it was pleasure. He knew what God had designed him to do. You might be out there today and thinking to yourself, well, I'm not a sprinter. Or other people say this, I'm not a pastor, or I'm not a worship leader. So how can I really feel God's favor? Let me put it this way. When I was back in Belfast, I had a member of my congregation come and have lunch with me, and he was a pilot, and he was there to tell me some really exciting news in his life. He was leaving a smaller airline, and he was going to one of the global airlines, and he was going to be the captain of an Airbus A380. You know, the double-decker one? The largest passenger carrying plane in the world, everybody. And this is what he said to me. He said, "Andrew, when I fly, I feel His pleasure." And I think to myself, you know what? That is so good. You don't have to stop being a pilot or a plumber or a teacher or a nurse or a doctor or whatever you do in this life to feel the pleasure of God. Let me tell you this here. Being in full-time ministry is not where the anointing of God is. It's being wherever God has hardwired you to be. So if you're an artist, if you're a doctor, if you're whatever, a construction worker, when you're doing what God has called you to do, I want to encourage you with this. You are going to feel the pleasure of God. So you know what? Live called. That's what we're teaching on right now across World Bayside. And if you're near one of our campuses this weekend, make sure to get out, and we're going to encourage you more on what it is to live called.